paleo, Weight Watchers, South Beach. For all of those struggling to lose LBSs, you know those words, right? And finding a diet that actually works can be a daunting task. To help us navigate the confusion, fitness trainer and nutrition coach Gayle Taub joins us this morning. Good morning. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Ronnie.
Okay, you know, I'm one of those women, because once you hit that certain age, boy, everything changes. And every single one of those diets I have tried, do they work?
So scientifically, they will, of course. You know, there is a science to the body. And but the trouble is, guys, we don't live in our lives as scientific experiments. We live our lives in an everyday. So, you know, with all of the programs and the diets and the claims and the immediate gratification, which is what a lot of people are looking for, the diet, I call it diet confusion. There's a lot of it out there, guys. What works? What's right? What's wrong? How come she can and he can, but I can't? And I did it. It must work. I lost the weight, but then I gained it back. All of this confusion.
That is so true. I'm still waiting for that one shot, the magic shot. I mean, come on, we send someone to the moon. Can't they give me a shot and make me skinny?
No, no, Ronnie, it's not coming. It's not coming. We got to take care of ourselves. It's not an easy task, but it is definitely possible. It's definitely possible.
And we do know too, what works for one person doesn't work for another. So what do you tell your clients when they're trying to navigate this world and find out what works for their body?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think number one, my approach to helping people is never to tell them anything, right? So who am I to say that this is the right or wrong thing for you in your lifestyle? Listen, our bodies are resilient. If you choose to go on a restrictive diet of some sort and it works for you, and when I say works, it means that it works in the moment and for the long term, then who am I to say that it isn't right for you? Again, our bodies are very resilient. We are walking around eating all kinds of things and taking care or not taking care of ourselves. And for the most part, we're all doing it. We just have a lot of aches and pains and things we don't need to deal with and putting ourselves at risk. So, you know, there's no magic shot. When you work with me, I rather try and understand your thinking and listen to what is important to you, and then try and make sense of what is working and what is not. And I will tell you that most of the time, when people start to settle down and think through and speak through some of their reasoning and their thought process, a lot of the times they don't know why they're doing something. They don't understand it, which is in fact why it doesn't work in the long run. There's a saying that's out there, I use it all the time. People do not resist change. They resist being changed. So if you're told what to do, if someone tries to say, oh, you need to do this and you should do that, you might try it and it may work physically or scientifically, but it doesn't work for you. When you decide what you want to work, what you decide, then something will stick.
Coach Gayle, what was that quote again? Because I'm stealing it from you.
Yeah, so the quote is, people do not resist change. They resist being changed. All those helpful friend and family and businesses out there that have the answer for you, they don't. They don't have the answer. That's why most of the time, and I never speak in absolutes, Ronnie, I always speak in majorities, right? Or the way that I believe and I teach. When someone tells you, think about it. Think about the last time someone told you what was best for you. Did you do it? Did you say, how do you know what's good for me? Come on now, that's not it at all. You don't get me. So when we try and help, we're really not. The listening helps. The professionalism and understanding of where to take that conversation is what you really could benefit from.
Hey, Coach Gayle, I'm listening to you and I feel like you're really in a way kind of a therapist.
Yeah, you know, it's funny that you bring that up because I like to differentiate. There's definitely a difference between a coach and a mental health professional. And while we do overlap just a little bit, here's how I like to describe the difference. a mental health professional is going to really examine and have you get deep within yourself and look backward. Why? Why? What caused me in my life to be in a way that I am today, that I like or I don't like, that I need to change or I don't need to change? A coach, who I am, helps you to look forward. How do I do something, right? Now, sometimes we coexist. There are a lot of people that benefit from looking backward with a professional that can do that with them and working with me. Sometimes it's better to do one or the other. So one of the things that I pride myself on is when I'm working with someone who really is struggling to make progress moving forward, we do have a conversation and they do get to make a decision if they want to consult with a mental health professional, but it's not the same thing.
So if we can touch on the diets again, and I guess should we even use that word, because it's really about trying to figure out what works for you and make it a lifestyle change.
Yeah. I also like to differentiate by saying when you decide to turn a switch on and off, follow directions, eat specific foods and amounts that are being told to you, that is a diet. That is something restrictive and that has some guidelines, and there's a place for that in this world. Ooh, excuse me. Oh my goodness.
That's one of your, I did that last week. Don't worry, I did that last week. Because you're in demand, Coach Gayle. I'm telling you, you're in demand.
That's funny. Sorry about that. So yes, that is called a diet. When you are making decisions for yourself, and maybe it's a little of everything that ends up working for you, that's not so much a diet. That's just called taking care of yourself. And you can do it no matter where you are or what you're doing or whatever your life circumstances. And that's another differentiator right there. If you're following a diet and you can't apply it when you're on vacation or when you're traveling for work or when you're being a mom or a dad or a family member or a friend in your social situations, if you can't apply it, if it's really restrictive and it doesn't work, you might want to rethink about that, because you're going on and off of it or you're feeling penalized. And that's not exactly something that works long term either. You're only going to take so much of that. So when you learn to take care of yourself and you learn to eat properly for you, you can apply that in your life, no matter where you are, what you're doing.
And I think about so many people that I know, it's also about trying to understand, like, it's time to invest in yourself. And I'm thinking about you and your services, because we can find everything online these days, but how do you navigate the information? But what do you tell people to let them know it's okay to invest in themselves by seeing someone such as yourself?
Well, that the possibilities are there. That's number one. Hope is there and possibilities are there. There is the opportunity for you to get well or better than you are. I would also say that when you're looking online, sometimes people just have to go through their own decision making, like I said before they realize that it's not doing them any good. So the people I usually work with are the ones that are tired. They're the ones that have gone online. They're the ones that have tried, which I do recommend you do, because it's in there. You almost can't ignore that. You can't stifle it. Otherwise, you're going to question everything that we do together. And you're going to think that there's something easier or better out there. So when you're looking at all of that, give it a try and see how it works for you, for how long, how you feel, what results you get, and how long you can maintain it. If you're then done with trying, then it might be time to call me.
And how often do your clients typically see you? Is it once a week, twice a week?
So for fitness training, people go anywhere from 1 to 3 times a week. And I always tell them, it's what you feel is right for you. So let's start one place and we can always change. It's the beauty of having a private trainer. With regard to coaching, I also have people that talk to me scheduled once a week, twice a week. And I also have people going once every 2 weeks or even once a month. It really depends on what makes sense and what you want to kind of try, because the goal working with me, guys, is that you're not attached to me for the rest of your lives. It's a teaching, right? You're learning, and it does take time. And so I have a lot of people that are with me for 1, 2, 3, 4 years. However, there's a moment in which you just want to see, what can I do on my own without Gayle? And so instead of going cold turkey and saying we're done, we go every 2 weeks or every month, and you see how it feels, and we can always adjust back or front. So it really does depend on the person and their circumstances.
I have a feeling, though, people, you become a friend to a lot of these people.
You are not joking. I love my people. I love every last one of them for who they are. And you're right. We do get to be friends. There's a professional line, without a doubt, but we come to really, really respect each other and the process and the fun that comes from that. That relationship is off the chain. It's awesome.
Quickly, your phone number and website.
Yeah, 248-885-1400. And website is CoachGayle.com. And I spell my name Gayle.
Well, Coach Gayle, we always appreciate talking to you. You give us such good advice. Thank you so much. And everyone, if you want to watch the previous interviews, you can do that by going to civiccentertv.com. Thanks so much, Coach Gayle.
Thank you. Have a good day, Ronnie.